Today's broadcast is brought to you by Square Resources, major sponsor of the Men's Premier 1 team and 2025 scoreboard sponsor. Square Resources supply raw materials globally, critical to the development of nations worldwide. Square Resources are committed to giving back to the communities in which they live and work and are proud to sponsor Fremantle Cockburn Hockey Club. A very good afternoon and welcome to the Bateau Turf in Lakelands. It is round 13 of the Hockey WA Men's Premier Grade, and it is, as it was at the beginning of the weekend anyway, it was first versus second. Fremantle Cockburn sitting first on top of the table, played 12, won 10, drawn 2 against UWA, who played 12, won 9, lost 3. But UWA dropped down to third place over the weekend, or rather overnight, with YMCC winning yesterday 8-1 against Modernians Old Guildford Mundaring. But they are only a point behind YMCC, so they'll be hoping they can get a victory against Fremantle and stop their unbeaten season. But we will know the result in an hour's time. Taking a look at the team lineups, first we'll look at the home side, which is Fremantle Cockburn. A couple of changes since we were given that team sheet, and I can tell you that Bryson Sweetman is out. Riley Carr comes into the lineup, and also joining the lineup is Zane Drinnan, who will be wearing number 6. Riley Carr will be wearing number 35. Now, Jai Clark comes in as the goalkeeper. Ben Rennie is away this weekend, having announced that him and his wife are about to have a baby, so we congratulate them and wish them all the very best moving forward. Look out for Aaron Hazel. He's going to be crucial. Gobin Gill in the midfield as well, for me, is a player that's going to be an impact today. And Juan Garazabal has been lively for Fremantle Cockburn on the flank. The other player, Fletcher Taylor, is the player that is missing. I knew there was another one that is not playing, but I just couldn't remember who it was. As we turn our attention now to UWA. Well, UWA have got 4 changes from last week. Chris Bowser is out. Chris Henderson, the goalkeeper, is out, and he's replaced by Yannick Mulders. Jacob Evans is missing, and also Tristan Bork. So in come Ben Baxter, Flynn Ogilvie, and making his debut for UWA is Max Nelson. Now, here is a young talent with a good breed. His mother is Shaney Nelson, who played for the Hockeyroos and won 3 Charlesworth medals. So no pressure on young Max, but from what I hear, he is a very talented young player, and I'm sure he's relishing the chance to get out there today. Our umpires for this match are Matt Claxton and Jordan Moore. And my name is Ashley Morrison, and I'll be guiding you through the action today. I should just let you know that we are set back slightly from the pitch today, because when we got here it was actually raining and there was a rainbow and the clouds were grey. It's blue sky now everywhere, but we had to set back in case the rain came back. The forecast is still that there may be showers, and if it starts to rain, well, we're scuppered and we have to hang up the live stream. So we wanted to sit in a position where we could guarantee you all of the action from such an important game in the season. So please bear with us on some of the angles, but they are so that we can bring you a full live stream of this match. Well, it should be an absolute cracker. They played each other in April, and Fremantle won that game 3-2. And that was actually the first win that Fremantle had had over, or Fremantle Cockburn as they are now, had over UWA since March 2019. And there's another little twist to that story, because it's actually the first win that they've had over UWA since Flynn Ogilvie left Fremantle Cockburn to go and play for UWA. Now, Flynn Ogilvie, I mentioned him, is sitting in the midfield for UWA. An absolute class act, and it's so sad that he decided to withdraw from the Kookaburra squad just to get his passion back playing and enjoying his hockey again, because I think he would have been beautiful to watch in the current style of play that the Kookaburras are playing. Jai Clark, well, it's a big day for him, starting under the bar for Fremantle Cockburn. Big Ben Rennie, as I said, is away, but Jai Clark again has good pedigree. Played for Wasps previously and also played in the Northern Territory. So he is a player that I was talking to the Fremantle players. They said we've got complete faith in him as a very good replacement for Ben Rennie. So certainly the players don't feel that there's going to be any change at the back whatsoever. Well, the whistle goes, and it's Fremantle Cockburn's Jack Scott that gets us underway. Comes wide to Garathabal, the Spaniard. Down the line, somehow he managed to get that pass through to Aaron Hazel. Quite how, I'm not sure. And penalised immediately, so welcome to first grade. Max Nelson, your first play is a free hit against you. Don't worry, there's plenty of players who've had that. And Ben O'Grady, well, that wasn't the best touch we've seen him have all season, but he recovered well. Played forward again, down the side by Fremantle. Held up, edge of the circle. Foul committed that time by UWA. Into the circle it goes, trying to get the shot away. Yo, it's gone in! And that is some finish from Rhys Angwin to get the Magpies underway. Well, Angwin, what a finish. Falling over, managed to flick it in the top corner. Got it past Mulders. And that is a brilliant finish to start the match, and we're only just in the second minute. Sorello, short pass from him, goes to Fisher. Nice turn in the midfield comes from James Hackett. Hackett pursued all the way by the tireless Harrison Banyard. And now it's O'Grady. Just runs out over the side. I believe that Ben O'Grady's parents are watching us over in Ireland at the moment. That is Paul and Orla are watching live from Dublin. And his sister Sinead is over on the west coast in Galway catching this action. So thanks for joining us, and hope you enjoy all of the action. Wonderful part of the world. Good work by Daryl McCormick. McCormick defying the years, just getting the better that time of Frank Main. Down the line it goes from Chad Giles, and an apology that time from Angwin. Rhys Angwin, again, he scored, well, he played over 350 games for Curtin University, the opening goal scorer here today, and shouldn't forget that he's the fourth on the all-time goal scoring list for Curtin University, and that's alongside legends like Eric and Gordon Pearce, who are Kookaburra legends, and Ian Kirkcaldy, it was Kirkcaldy, as stolen away by Giles, edge of the circle. He's turned it over, though, giving it straight back to Hackett. Hackett keeps possession into the circle. It goes shot on the turn. Good save by Clark. Really good save, and that'll give him confidence early on in this match. Tom Wickham just had a sniff there. And you can't give players like Wickham that much space at the top of the circle. Usually they will make you pay. So Tom Wickham, former Kookaburra, retired now. Comes wide again to Garathabal. Infield it goes. Banyard didn't get the touch he would have liked. So it's back with UWA. Good pass forward, finds Fisher. Fisher pushes it wide now. Wickham, a little bit of space on the right-hand side. Accelerates towards the circle. Fremantle flood back. Shot came in. It was blocked initially across the face of goal, and they popped it in. Well, the equaliser coming. And there was a crowd of players inside the circle. But a really good break again. Maybe Fremantle just giving Wickham too much space down the right-hand side, and he took full advantage. So 4th minute, and we've already got a second goal. And we're all tied up at 1 apiece. Thrown forward. Hazel will get on the end of that for Fremantle. Spins across the face of goal and diving at the back post. Almost getting a touch there. Well, that was, I think it might have been Drinnen, was it? Yeah. Well, what an effort. This game, you feel, do not take your eyes off it because it's all happening. So Frank Main is the man who's been credited with the goal for UWA. Seems to like this fixture, Frank Main. He gets a few goals when these two teams meet. Of course, his mum and dad were players for Western Australia, as he was, and we talked about Dublin before. He played for Western Hockey Club in Dublin a few years back. So carried forward, surging run by Wickham, releases the ball forward, but again, it's beautifully read by Darryl McCormick. Coming across, and just over the side it goes from UWA. So it'll be Fremantle Cockburn's ball on halfway. Kobe Green, the captain, putting it out of play, thrown in the air into the circle. But Hazel penalised there as he went retreating towards Yannick Mulders as the ball was thrown. So, of course, if both players moving towards a ball in the air, tends to go to the defensive player. I say that because sometimes we see it interpreted differently. There's McCormick, a heavy touch from him under pressure from Golding, but recovered well. Goes wide to Big Ben O'Grady. He throws it up into the air. Sorello brings it down. Well, Hazel came in. The question was he 5 metres away as he came in to take it off Sorello? That's a good steal on Green. Good work being done by Drinnen. And, well, Fremantle Cockburn players a little bit upset. The whistle went and they got a free hit because they wanted to attack and they had the momentum going forward. Gobi Gill, though, calms things down. Comes wide to Garathabal again. Garathabal feeds it forward to Gill. Gill has 2 UWA players there. Somehow got the better of both of them. Tried to get past the third one, which was Isaac Dyer, but Dyer tackled him well. Stolen back again. Good work this time by Woodward. Liam Woodward, for so long, Modernian's old Guildford Mundaring player, who's always been down the bottom end of the table. He must be loving it this year. Liam Woodward, that suddenly he's alongside team that is top of the ladder. Just a slight miss on the far side that time from Max Nelson. Well, it's a lively start to this game. A goal apiece. O'Grady on the ball again. And, well, O'Grady getting the free hit that time, getting the better of Jackson Geddes. Thrown over the top. Banyard should bring that down. Just dinks it past one. Play on is the call from the umpire. Banyard is there again. Good work with Angwin. Hazel now. Slipping the ball forward. Drinnen. Short pass in front of goal. Good defence from UWA, though. Clearing it away and out of the circle. And eventually over the baseline. It's going to be a long corner for Fremantle Cockburn. Gobi Gill comes across. The ball just played forward to him by Garathabal. Gill takes it back, goes out onto the right-hand side to McCormick. McCormick, well, gave a little bit of a lot to do there for Matt Bird. Bird was willing, though. Sorello. Well, a little deflection, and look how quickly Fremantle are pouncing. They wanted the free hit. This one, though, Ethan Yem doing well. Ethan Yem, one of the West Australian under-21s that won the 4th title in a row. The first time that's been done for 60 years. Top of the circle is Hazel, and he wants a penalty corner, and he gets it. Nelson penalised at the top of the circle. So first penalty corner goes the way of Fremantle Cockburn. Can they get the lead back? Jack Welsh would normally be one of their options. He's away with the Kookaburras at the moment, but they've still got Big Ben O'Grady. And I call him that because when we've been down here broadcasting before, O'Grady has stepped up when they've needed him in the big moments of a game. It's not because he's a lot taller than me. So O'Grady's at the first battery. He is a lot taller than me, I will admit that. And Aaron Hazel is at the first battery. Hazel again is the leading scorer with 15 for Fremantle Cockburn. O'Grady has 3. O'Grady shifts slightly to the right. It goes to Hazel. Hazel flicks low. Oh, and was that a touch from Matt Bird? I think it might have been. Well, the way they're celebrating, it doesn't really matter. It's a goal for Fremantle Cockburn, and they have the lead back. But it's certainly Bird or Hazel. I thought Bird just got a touch at the near post. And a really well-worked penalty corner. So Fremantle Cockburn get the lead back. 1 from 1 from penalty corners. That is what you want. Angwin. Oh, he just got caught from behind that time. And UWA players not too happy about that decision. But I think the umpire got it right. To me, Angwin was caught from behind. And again, the pressure being applied. Good work down the side from Mark Ellis. UWA come up with the ball again. It's Wickham with a little bit of space. Pressure is there. No one's holding back. Little pass is a good one to Kobe Green. Infield he goes, but that was just behind Yem. And I can tell you that Matt Bird has been credited with that goal, so my eyes did not deceive me. Good work. Oh, just ran away from him, unfortunately, that time for Max Nelson, the debutant. Product of John 23rd originally. And then I think it was Como Secondary College, or was it? Anyway, I think it was, yeah. No, he was Shenton College, that was it, and beat Como Secondary College in the Ross Meadows Cup in 2023. And that was a big victory, 8-2 from memory. So, Ben O'Grady takes it forward. Oh, stolen away. UWA O'Grady recovered well, helped out as well by good work from Fraser Gilly. Over the top it goes. Green brings it down, but it's going to be Fremantle Cockburn's ball from the side. Down the line, lovely pass. Hazel. Good work again coming from Max Nelson. Great to see Max Nelson. I mean, you get a free hit given against you in your first challenge, and he's not gone hiding. He's still putting in the challenges. Great to see. Ellis plays it forward. Angwin is there and lets it run over the side. Then looks to come in, and the player was not the required 5 meters. I think it was Fisher. And UWA not happy about that. It was Matt Fisher who, again, Angwin was aware of what the situation was and just took it very quickly, knowing that Fisher would step forward and try and block him. And Fisher was not the required 5 meters, and so came into that space. And that is why we have a penalty corner. So surely Fremantle Cockburn can't take a 2-goal lead into the first break. We've got just over 3 minutes remaining until that break. They're leading 2-1 at the moment. Aaron Hazel at the first battery. Ben O'Grady at the second. Matt Bird to inject from the baseline. They go to the second battery this time. O'Grady, good running by the first runner. That was really good running from Ben Baxter. Ben Baxter's quick too. It'll be a long corner to Howes, taken quickly. Trying to work his way around was Garathabal, but UWA read it. Now they're on the counter-attack. Infield it goes. That's a good ball to Baxter, played by Frank Main. Great ball forward in the end from Baxter. Super tackle by O'Grady. Well, it was Jackson Geddes who couldn't get the better of O'Grady, but a really good tackle by O'Grady. And it's going to be Fremantle Cockburn's ball on halfway. Matt Bird, well, he tried to throw it to the air, never really got it under control. Ethan Yem brought it down. And over the side it goes that time, off the stick of Jack Scott. Chris Sorello will calm things down. Of course, if they get a penalty corner, he could be a danger man. Main, edge of the circle, denied again by a good tackle from O'Grady. Main looks perplexed at the umpire. Jordan Moore just shakes his head. Risky pass, one felt, but came off okay. Played forward, nice turn now from Jack Scott. Infield goes Scott. Thrown to the air, and it's Hazel brought it down. Had to go outside of the circle because he was being pursued by Nelson. Nelson then steals possession. Up the line he goes to find Ben Baxter. Baxter accelerates over halfway, pursued all the way by Bird. What a tackle that was. Matt Bird showing that he's got a little bit of pace too. Gill calms things down, goes back to O'Grady. And O'Grady somehow squeezed a pass to Bird. Back it goes to O'Grady again. Looked very tight over there, but they both look very composed. In the air it goes, brought down this time by Fraser Gilly. Gilly beats one, tried to beat a second and then lost control. Well, we're into the final minute now of this first quarter. And if the rest of the game is like this, do not go anywhere. UWA on the attack. It's a good block by Giles. Ricochet was kind to Gilly. Aaron Hazel picks it up just on halfway. Green comes back to try and steal it. Combination tackle between Dyer and Green was illegal, say the umpires. So it'll be another free hit to Fremantle Cockburn. Just been told to bring it back inside their own half. O'Grady goes back to McCormick. What a combination they've been this year for Fremantle Cockburn. Fraser Gilly. And it was a good lead. Jack Scott with a really strong lead, but he unfortunately couldn't keep it in play. Went to Rosmini College in New Zealand. Jack Scott played for Northlands in the New Zealand Hockey League. Sorello. Well, Gill, did that touch his foot? No, it didn't, says the umpire. He smashes that one forward. He looked at the clock and thought the time was up. Frank Main, there we go. It is up now. So Gill, I think a lot of people wondered what he was doing. Then he glanced at the clock because there was only a few seconds left. And that is the end of the first quarter. And it's been a good one if you're a Fremantle Cockburn supporter. If you're a neutral, it's been exciting. The score at the first break is Fremantle Cockburn 2, UWA 1. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Square Resources, major sponsor of the Men's Premier 1 team and 2025 scoreboard sponsor. Square Resources supply raw materials globally, critical to development of nations worldwide. Square Resources are committed to giving back to the communities in which they live and work and are a proud sponsor of Fremantle Cockburn Hockey Club. Well, Fremantle, you feel, would be very happy. David John, their coach, has come in this season, replaced Tim Deven, who was missing at the start of the year. And, well, they are unbeaten coming into today's game, match 13 of the men's Premier grade. Well, the shadows stretching across the line of the field. Score, of course, 2-1 in favour of Fremantle. Jay Clark in goal, replacing Ben Rennie, has done very well. Had a sharp save to make early on. Players coming out now for that second quarter. Hunter Banyard with the green glove. The pink glove I'm getting colourblind now. And the umpire's ready to go. And we're underway in the second quarter. Ball thrown to the air. And over the side it goes. Down the line from Max Nelson. Frank Main. Main going down the sideline, forced to come back. And that one just catching the foot. Frustration shown a little bit there. And we've got a player down and look to be in a bit of trouble. Actually, it's Geddes, I think. He's back on his feet now, further forward as Main plays the ball forward. Great strong run coming from Hackett. Hackett pushes the ball wide to Baxter. Top of the circle, Main is there. McCormick steps out. Shot comes in again, but Clark makes a sharp save. Well, I did say Jacob Evans was missing, but apparently he has been added to the squad. So one change there from the UWA side. Just saw him running through the midfield and thought, hang on a sec. And again, it's brought down. Well, no, it's not. It's gone out of play. Just behind that netting. If you just joined us, we apologise for that, but had to be set back today because the forecast was rain, and when we arrived here, it was raining, so we need to be actually undercover to be able to bring you the live stream. And it was thought we were better bringing you the action than not at all. Ball played forward again. Drinnan trying to get on the end of it, but well, he's certainly shown a willingness in the forward line, Zane Drinnan. UWA have the ball on halfway. Slightly slower start to this second quarter. A little bit more cautious maybe from both sides. Sorello over the ball. Plays it down the sideline, too far ahead of Wickham, and over the side it goes. So O'Grady will have the ball in from the side. And again, he goes to the air, but it didn't get much high. Didn't go straight to Tom Wickham. Wickham trying to cut infield now. Drops the ball back to Sorello. Sorello pushing it forward into the midfield. It's picked up well by Yem. Ethan Yem just plays it out to the flank. UWA doing well. O'Grady. Well, they've got the better of him this time. Across it goes. Deflected towards goal by Baxter. Clark was out really quickly. Baxter's shot, though, just dribbling wide of the right-hand post. But Clark, I think, was just making sure Baxter didn't get a second bite of the cherry. So we've got two balls on the pitch again. O'Grady is going to play on as the other's rolling out down by the corner flag. Fremantle Cockburn throw it high and long, and that's just too far ahead that time of Jack Scott. Again, there was a willingness from Scott to try and get underneath it. Banyard will always be a pest, in a good way, of course, but certainly he puts every player under pressure, and Wickham knew he was there. McCormick, well, there's a player just drifted in behind him. Did he find the foot of McCormick? I think he did, and a penalty corner has been awarded. That was good play by UWA, so they now get their first penalty corner. And Chris Sorello will step forward. So this may be the first real test for Jai Clark. Buzzico's there. In fact, is Sorello out there? I'm just trying to see. No, he's not. So Lachlan Buzzico may be the preferred option this time around. Although Harry Golding is also out there at the second battery. Buzzico, the man from South Australia. Played for the Naracoorte Redlegs many years ago. So first penalty corner for UWA. Can they get an equaliser? They go to Buzzico. He flicks. It took a deflection. And it's going to be, is it a long corner? Oh, no, it's going to be a free out. I think it was deemed, it was too high when it went out. So decisions at the moment, you feel, just not going UWA's way. Good ball forward again. Scott, heavy touch. Yem got there first. Goes infield again. Fisher. It's going to get closed down by Angwin. Trying to squeeze that through the middle. A very good pass, picking out Buzzico. Buzzico tries to advance, and O'Grady took the ball. He stopped the ball straight away, did not play on, and, well, is Gill going to get a warning for that? He knocked the ball. I think he felt that the UWA player, and that's what he's saying, had actually tried to play on quickly, and that's why he went running in to try and steal it. Comes wide now to Matt Fisher. Faced with Angwin. Down the line it goes. Hemmed in the corner, tried to get it just inside the circle. Free hit taken by Main. It's into the circle. And a good work again by Yem. Fremantle block it initially. Trying to turn. Fremantle players are everywhere around Frank Main. And they've got the ball up. It's Angwin that calms things down as he played it out onto the flank. Played forward to Banyard now, and he plays it off the foot of Main and over the side. In fact, it's somehow a UWA ball. It certainly looked as if it was a deflection off the UWA player. Fisher played it forward. Stolen back, though. Really good tackle. And cutting infield was Garathabal. Well, both teams, when they get the ball, looking to go on the attack. Well, there's certainly plenty of chat between the UWA players, just trying to organise themselves at the moment. You can hear Green, Wickham and Buzzico all talking to each other. Sorello now on the ball. Plays it infield. A little good pass in from him. Wickham bangs that one forward. It's Garathabal who comes up with it for Fremantle Cockburn. Gobin Gill showed a little bit too much, and Hackett said thank you very much. Feeds it to Geddes. Hackett continues his run, but it comes wide to Baxter now. Baxter skips past one, squares it, and there is the finish in the end from James Hackett. Well, a well-crafted goal. And we've got a, is it a player down, or is there a, yeah, there is a player down. It's Baxter who's down. Hackett is the man who scored the goal to bring us to 2-2. But really well-crafted goal. Second minute of the game. Ben Baxter looks as if he's going straight over to the side, and hopefully he is okay. Product of Christchurch College here in Perth, Western Australia. So Fremantle pegged back again by UWA. And you feel that this may well be the way this game goes. It was 3-2 in the first meeting they had earlier this season. Matt Bird got 2 in that game. Jack Welsh got the other. And Flynn Ogilvie got both for UWA. I'm just wondering if Ogilvie is the player that actually is given way for Evans. I think he might well be. Just haven't seen Ogilvie out there. So that might be the change that we were not advised about, which is a shame. That's good defensive play again. And a good pass forward. Kobe Green feeding it forward again. Isaac Dwyer was the man who broke out of defence. He'd made a good run through the middle, but no one found him. Hazel cutting infield, goes with the 3D skills, and well, Kobe Green just looked to go straight through him. Well, is it Green who's penalised, or no, it's Evans who's been penalised, and he looks a bit miffed. I thought it was Kobe Green's challenge, which was the clumsy one. But Jacob Evans is the player who's going to sit on the side for a couple of minutes. So UWA down to 10 for the next 2 minutes, as Fremantle Cockburn look for the lead once again. Comes back to O'Grady, now wide to Mark Ellis. Ellis goes towards the circle, deflected over the baseline that time by Hackett. Hackett, who's been really lively for Fremantle. I mean, sorry, not for Fremantle, for UWA. Product of John 23rd College. But he's just really been lively through the midfield for me. And just came across there, clearing it away. Again, was Hackett. He's going off for a breather now. Sorello taking his time. Sorello takes a touch and then slings that one forward. Came off Gobi Gill's stick, so it'll be UWA's ball from the side, right in front of the Fremantle Cockburn bench. I think Sorello's stolen about a metre there, but the umpires seem happy. Into the air it goes and into the D, and Jai Clark makes a really good save from a very sharp shot from Tom Wickham. Sorello found him superbly with the aerial pass. He brought it down and drilled it first time, but Clark was in a good position to make the save. And on halfway, it's gone that time against Liam Woodward. And Woodward now has a green card, so they're both down to 10. Hazel got a touch with the up periscope tactics, and Kobe Green, though, picked up the ball, plays it out onto the left-hand side. Skipping past one is Main. Gets it into the circle, deflected over the baseline off the stick of Gill. Long corner UWA. Ethan Yem takes it quickly, pushes it to Main again. And who's that come off? Yes, it's just come off Matt Bird, I think. So it'll be another long corner to UWA. Sorello's pushed to the right-hand side. He'll receive the ball now. He was looking for something early, and I think the ball just came a little bit too slowly to him. Drilled in again, and the deflection comes off the stick of McCormick this time. Another long corner to UWA. Fremantle players just been told to make sure they're 5 metres away. Comes to Sorello again on the right. Hazel put pressure on him. Kobe Green. Good defensive play again from Fremantle Cockburn. Nice turn coming from Fisher. Fisher, though, not much support there. He's edging towards the edge of the circle. Main he finds inside the circle. Good lead from him. Shot comes off Clark. And it's another long corner. Was that ball stopped? Well, the umpire's happy. Nelson plays it in. Went ricocheting up off a Fremantle Cockburn stick. And it is now going to be a 16. Well, you just hope if the ball is going to be allowed to be played on like that from that long corner and not stopped, that is the case for the whole game, because this is a game that is on a knife edge, and you just don't want to see a team suddenly pull back for it, although you want to see it maybe administered most of the time so that it's not played on like that. It's going to be a 16 once more. Sorello takes his time to retrieve the ball and goes square to Max Nelson. What an experience for Nelson, though, playing alongside Chris Sorello. 195 games for the Kookaburras. Chris Sorello. Main plays it forward. Desperation from McCormick. Got it to Angwin. Angwin, good skills by him. Still going, and he's impeded. So Rhys Angwin doing the business at both ends of the field. Wonderful goal from him early on. Matt Bird. Brought down by Aaron Hazel. Hazel trying to turn James Hackett. And the free hit goes against Fremantle Cockburn there. Hazel's not happy about it. Matt Bird's not happy about it, but the decision will stand. Sorello steps forward. Hazel needs to go back a couple of metres to be the 5 metres. Sorello throws a low one into the circle. It's deflected out for another long corner. It was Drinnan, I think, that got the touch this time. Well, stumbling was Main as he went for the ball, and it went underneath him and his stick. and harmlessly out of play. So we're into the final 2 minutes of the first half. All tied up at the moment at 2 apiece. Fremantle Cockburn having taken the lead twice and been pegged back twice. Buzzico. Well, it looked like a little bit of a push there from Angwin, but he got away with it. Garathabal drops it back. Chad Giles gives it back to Garathabal. A little bit short with the pass, though. Picked up easily by Isaac Dyer. Yem feeding it forward. Now played forward once more by Hackett. Intercepted by Hazel, who's dropped back, helping out the defence. Good skills from Hazel, and eventually he's taken a ground. Hazel throws it to the air. Oh, well, the Fremantle fans don't like that. I think the umpire's actually right. Drinnen was underneath the ball. If he'd had just stayed where he was, but he did shuffle his feet a couple of steps back, which meant that he wasn't stationary under the ball when the pass was thrown. Wickham. And, of course, that's the thing. It's meant to be when the pass is thrown, not as it's travelling in the air. So, is that a problem with the ball, or? I think there must be something wrong with that ball. So Ian Lugg will take that one out of service, I'm sure. He's the technical director today. Thrown on the angle, watched all the way by Fisher, and it needed to be. He gives it to Sorello. Sorello has to just check back as he's pursued by Angwin. Fisher again. And intercepted well by Drinnen. Drinnen taking it wide. And there goes the hooter for the end of the first half. And what a first half it's been. An absolute credit to a top-of-the-table clash. Fremantle Cockburn taking the lead twice, pegged back twice by UWA. This is why these two are top of the men's Premier 1 table. Score at half-time, Fremantle Cockburn 2, UWA 2. Today's live stream is brought to you by Square Resources, major sponsor of the Men's Premier 1 and 2025 scoreboard sponsor. Square Resources supply raw materials globally, critical to the development of nations worldwide. Square Resources are committed to giving back to the communities in which they live and work and are proud to sponsor the Fremantle Cockburn Hockey Club. David John on the left of your screen, just standing alongside Mark Ellis, the number 20, is the coach of Fremantle Cockburn in 2025. Jai Clark, you can see just adjusting his pads. Most of the players looking fairly relaxed. Matt Bird sharing his thoughts with some of the players, the number 15. Well, they've twice taken the lead and twice been pegged back. And I should just tell you, there's an interesting stat that Fremantle Cockburn, since moving to the Bateau turf here, they've played UWA 5 times. They have not beaten them here in those 5 matches. There have been 2 losses and 3 draws. And Fremantle Cockburn has scored 7 to UWA's 14. Now, that means an average of 4 goals a game. So we've already got the average at 2 apiece. So they're up to that. Now, is that how it's going to stay? Or are Fremantle Cockburn going to manage to find a winner and break their duck against UWA here at the wonderful Batto Turf in Lakelands? It's been pretty close between the two sides over the years as well. If we look at going back to 2017, 16 games, Fremantle have won 5, UWA 6, and there have been 5 draws. So very, very close. But I could tell you, we haven't had a goal from him yet. Aaron Hazel has scored 6 goals in the last 5 games against UWA. So is that an omen? Can he keep that tally going? Pretty good by anybody's account. Well, the umpires have whistled for the players to start making their way back out. And as I mentioned during the women's game, it is Sponsors Day here at Fremantle Cockburn Hockey Club. So again, just like to acknowledge Young's Earth Moving and Canagini Civil and Mining, Caves House, the Sporting Globe, GMS Marine and Mechanics, Fremantle Physiotherapy Centre, Foodworks Coral Bay, Project Neon and Angwin Plumbing and Gas for their support. And if you are a Fremantle Cockburn supporter, please try and give those clubs a little bit of businesses a little bit of work, because obviously they're helping keep your club alive and also keeping hockey alive. So give them the support whenever the opportunity comes your way. Well, UWA, more of them coming out first, and both teams looking to be coming out full of discussion. I often wonder when you see teams like that whether the coach is happy about that or whether he's a bit worried that they're just chatting about something else. I remember it was the former England coach Glenn Hoddle who said the last thing you tell a player is usually the first thing they forget. So it will be UWA to get us underway. This game could go either way. Played back by Frank Main to Chris Sorello. Fisher now. Thought about going long, decided to carry it himself. Shirt flapping as he goes forward. Stopped at the edge of the circle. Good work again by McCormick. Fraser Gillian, a strong challenge there. Gets the decision. It goes his way. As Hackett was the player coming in. Now it's Bird. Bird just held up by Main. Has to go back to O'Grady. O'Grady, again, a little rare mistrap by him. It's been so solid all season. Thrown over the top to Bird, and Fisher lets that one run, and, well, Bird just nudged it over the side. Sorello now. Good pressure from Scott. Sorello, though, got away from the trouble. Lovely deflection, though, from Hackett that time to just feed it into the path of Fisher. James Hackett is a physio by trade, having qualified from Notre Dame University, and he specialises in sports injuries. On the ball now, and musculoskeletal injuries as Gobi Gill gets the ball, feeds it towards Banyard, but it was Hackett who got there first. But not fairly, says the umpire. So Gill has been told to take the ball back to where the offence actually occurred. Drills it in, top of the circle. It's Hazel. Oh, my word! Aaron Hazel. Take a bow. Well, I said he'd scored 6 in the last 5 meetings between UWA. Make that 7 in 6 for Aaron Hazel. What a finish that was. So little space, top of the D. And he just swiveled and hit that. And Fremantle have the lead once again. Aaron Hazel comes from Tamworth, country and western town. Maybe they should write a song about him, because he's a gunslinger up front. Gobi Gill takes the free hit quickly, drives towards the circle, held up again just outside the deep. It's Gilly now. Did he go 5 metres? He stopped edge of the circle. It's another free hit to Fremantle Cockburn. Hazel takes it one way, then the other. Stolen away, a really strong tackle coming out that time by Fisher. Again, the whistle goes in favour of Fremantle. Bird decides to go back to O'Grady. Square to McCormick now. Coming out is Geddes. McCormick up to the 23. Played it into the foot of Baxter. So it'll be a free hit to Fremantle Cockburn on the 23. McCormick helps it down the line. Hazel skips past one. Up it goes. Hazel thought he still had it. Instead, it's Banyard who comes up with it. Oh, what a pass that was to Hazel. Hazel got a push in the back there from Sorello, but not paid by the umpires. Still going along the baseline. Stolen away in the end by Fisher. And now there's a chance for UWA as Wickham bursts out of defence. 3 Fremantle Cockburn players following, but he gets the pass to Jackson Geddes. There are 2 inside the circle. Comes to Baxter. Plays it to the back post. And trying to get on the end of it is Frank Main. He's taken away from goal by Gill. Manages to get along the baseline. And the tackle goes in, but it is going to be a penalty corner. Is it? Yes, it is, I think. Penalty corner. Although there are complaints coming from Fremantle Cockburn. Matt Bird asking at least to discuss with the other umpire. And, well, I don't think the decision is going to be reversed. It will be a second penalty corner for UWA. Fremantle Cockburn disappointed by that. They had a good spell of pressure, but really it was great break out of defence by that man there, Tom Wickham. Used his pace and then played an exquisite pass to Ben Baxter. And it looked like it was a move worked on the training track because they set themselves up beautifully. Well, at this corner, we've got Buzzico is at the second battery. The big dog, Chris Sorello, is at the first. Sorello just kicking his toes into the turf as the Fremantle defence get in position. The umpire's happy. A hush comes over the ground. Goes to Sorello. He flicks well. Good save by Jai Clark. But the rebound there, Wickham was there. It's a penalty stroke has been given. Well, I'm not sure who gave away the penalty stroke. I think it might have been Jai Clark. But it is going to be a penalty stroke, whatever. He stopped the ball going in. I think he stopped it from where I was. It looked like the goalkeeper used the back of his stick to stop it going over the goal line. But as I say, that is just an assumption by me. From the angle we are, it was very hard to see. So it will be Tom Wickham taking on Jai Clark. Wickham to get an equaliser for UWA. Jai Clark in for Ben Rennie. Can he be the hero? Will he have watched Tom Wickham previously from penalty strokes? Clark shuffling on his line from left to right. Hesitates now, goes the right way and saves it. Well, Jai Clark is the hero for Fremantle today. Well, they said they had total faith in him as a replacement, and he's repaid that faith. Well, Jai Clark, they'll be happy about that in the Northern Territory as well. He was very popular playing for the Palmerston Saints up there. And I'm sure some of his mates will be tuning in to this live stream just to see what he's up to. And they'll be happy with that. The ball's going to go through to Angwin. Angwin's done well. Tries to get inside the circle. He's held up, though, on the edge of the D. It was a good tackle, came in from Isaac Dwyer. Along the baseline comes Hazel. Looked to lay it back, but played it straight to Kobe Green. Sorello feeds it forward. It's Wickham again, looking up as he carries it forward. And then just a little nudge over the side. It was a good nudge coming from Woodward. Wickham again trying to probe a way through. Really, well, I thought it was going to be a good tackle from Garathabal, but in the end it ran through. It's now O'Grady being closed down by Baxter. Did he play it into the legs? And it's a free hit to UWA, so no, he didn't. That's intercepted, well read by Chad Giles. Giles trying to take on Kobe Green, feeding it forward, and Sorello will get that. It was a heavy touch that time by Drinnan. fed through the middle, brought under control brilliantly in the midfield. Buzzico feeds it down the line. Frank Main. It was Kobe Green's touch in the midfield that was so good. Now it's Matt Bird, carries it forward, feeds it into the space. Hazel is there. 5 players were converging on him at one point. 2 pulled away, and he still did well to get a free hit for his side. Bird throws it out wide to Gill. Gill bringing it down. Back to Giles. Giles got a nudge in the back, clear as day there from Jacob Evans. Evans got away with that one. I don't know quite how that was missed by the umpire. It was blatant. O'Grady. Grady, well, he's forced wide by Kobe Green. But little touch. Well, in fact, it's a free hit. Green just leaning in on O'Grady. And O'Grady trying to play it down the line. He won it back momentarily. He's won a free hit for Fremantle Cockburn. So the ball back with Ben O'Grady. Got to take it inside the 23. So it has to go 5 metres. It's Matt Bird to McCormick down the side. Garathabal. He just looked up for a second and lost the ball. Back to McCormick again. UWA coming out on angles, but it's a good pass to find O'Grady in space. Hazel, nice lead by him, but it's Drinnan who'll get the ball on the right-hand side. Drinnan trying to find a way along the baseline. Skipping away, good tackle again by Dyer. Up the line it goes. Held up by Buzzico. A little touch that time from Hackett. Got him away from his marker, but he lost the ball. Ethan Yem just made Fisher stretch. Green again. Plays it into space. Baxter, no, even though he's quick, won't get that one. Well, Baxter got a touch on that one, but it will be, I think it must have been a backstick. So Riley Carr throws it to the air. Brought down, though, again by Buzzico. Yem. And it's Kobe Gill's stick who went flying. Hackett now, a little bit of space for him. Manages to find the pass of Evans. Into the circle it goes behind Baxter. It was well watched again. Out of defence. I think it was Mark Ellis who just played that beautiful sort of off drive out of the circle. So Sorello now. Sorello goes back to Lachlan Buzzico. Buzzico again. Sorello stayed forward on the angle. Buzzico goes to the air, throws it out to the right-hand side, and it just missed as the ball was coming down. So opportunity goes begging for UWA. Still 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. The lights are on, but it's that awful time of day where they're not quite having the effect you'd want them to have. Fraser Gilly now. Sorello, good touch by him. It rolls to Baxter. Sorello keeps going. Gill recovers, goes with Baxter. Baxter keeps it in place. Swivels got the ball into Evans. And it was good defending inside the circle in the end by Ellis. And then a stick check given against Baxter. Well, Baxter still has his palms up. The umpire matches him, gives him the palms up back. Well, that will be another free hit against Baxter. Coming back, swinging his stick as he came into that space. That was, I think, just born out of frustration. And, yeah, Baxter maybe needs a bit of a breather. He's complaining the umpires still just beneath our commentary position. And that was a back stick, says the umpire. Riley Carr asking someone to pick Baxter up. The aerial thrown forward. O'Grady came across and just played it over the side to make sure that it wasn't controlled by UWA. Matt Fisher back to Sorello. Buzzico feeding it to Yem. Buzzico's on the outside, but they go instead to Nelson. Now it's Buzzico just inside the circle, looking to lay it back. Good intercept from Chad Giles, but it's still with Baxter. Baxter tries to swerve inside the circle, caught his own foot. In fact, sorry, my apologies, it was Nelson, not Baxter. But Nelson will be pleased that he's getting in those positions. It's been a pretty solid debut by Max Nelson. Fraser Gilly trying to feed it forward. Ethan Yem, though, plenty of space for him now to turn. Banyard comes back. The ball, though, finds UWA. Having a run a little bit out wide as Jackson Geddes slipped, but in the end, that helped him get the better of Garathabal. Yem feeds it forward again, laid back by Geddes. Over the sideline it goes from Fremantle Cockburn. It's a good spell by UWA. Fremantle Cockburn need to be alert. If they can keep them at bay in this third quarter, they can regroup for the last, but UWA beginning to put their passes together around the circle and stretch the defence of Fremantle Cockburn. Just seem to be a few more urgent tackles. Nelson tries to knock it round the defender. It's going to be a long corner, though, for UWA. Sorello gets the ball. Tries to lift it into the circle. Chad Giles didn't get it. Goban Gill did, though. And then the UWA stick was the one that lifted it. So it'll be a free hit to Fremantle Cockburn. Just over 3 minutes left in this third quarter now. That's a good pass to Banyard. Banyard now looking to take on Fisher. Banyard denied by Sorello. He's got a free hit, though. Plays on quickly. Harrison Banyard, always full of energy and full of running. Ball played back to Garathabal. He used his skill to keep possession. Riley Carr now for Fremantle. Helps it down the line. Chad Giles trying to poke it to the edge of the circle. Good defence again by Lachlan Buzzico, though. Buzzico in the corner. And gets the free hit, just dinking it onto the foot of Angwin. Lachlan Buzzico, who, of course, was captain of the Adelaide Fire in the first Hockey One League and won gold at the Sultan of Johor Cup back in 2017. And we will be covering the Sultan of Johor Cup again for those interested in 2025. So if you'd like to come on board as a sponsor, let us know. Yem goes back to Buzzico again. Kobe Green throws it high and long. Matt Bird watched it all the way. It was closed down quickly by Max Nelson. Nelson will get the ball now from the side. Not too much for him going forward, so has to play the ball backwards. Wickham. Well, Wickham has been penalised now. Aaron Hazel trying to work his way down the sideline. Well, Hazel is one of those players. He's been a consistent goal scorer and also a scorer consistently of good goals. He has had a few injuries over the years, but you just feel he just needs that break. Was the most valuable player in the under-18 nationals back in 2016, so you know he's been on the radar for a while, and he just seems to be thriving here at Fremantle Cockburn. So Matt Bird was waiting to take that from the side. Not quite sure what the whistle was. Maybe it was just the wrong spot. Maybe taking it forward too far. Into the circle it goes. Brought down well by Buzzico. Gill was the man who closed in. Now it's Frank Main. Wickham into the circle, lays it to the... Oh, great save again by Clark. Shot on the turn, played into the turf by Tom Wickham and over the crossbar. And we've got a yellow card has gone, I think, to Gobi Gill for his challenge. So 5 minutes off for Gill. And that will be 5 minutes at the start of the final quarter. And Fremantle will be very frustrated about that. They do have the lead, though, going into that final quarter, courtesy of a wonderful goal just after the break from Aaron Hazel. And that means going into the final break, it is Fremantle Cockburn 3, UWA 2. Today's live stream is brought to you by Square Resources, major sponsor of the Men's Premier 1 team and 2025 scoreboard sponsor. Square Resources supply raw materials globally, critical to the development of nations worldwide. Square Resources are committed to giving back to the communities which they live in and work, and are a proud sponsor of Fremantle Cockburn Hockey Club. Well, Fremantle Cockburn Hockey Club are top of the ladder. This is their 13th game of the season, unbeaten so far. They have the lead going into the last 15 minutes. Can they hang on? Jai Clark has made 2 superb saves, one from a penalty stroke. The man from the Northern Territory. And they look pumped up. They feel you're going to have to battle hard in this last 15 minutes, because the first 5 minutes they're going to be a player down. Gobi Gilt getting a yellow card right at the end of that third quarter, and I'm sure David John will be very frustrated at that. And certainly a side like UWA, the defending premiers, will be buoyed by that. And Paul Godoyne, you just feel he will be telling his team to just be patient now. Move the ball in this opening 5 minutes. Frank Main gets us underway. Gives the ball back to Hackett. Fremantle Cockburn going to have to work very hard in this opening 5 minutes. Garathabal brought it down well, pursued by Baxter. Garathabal, it opened up in the midfield for him. He's a skillful player, skips past Sorello. Garathabal held up, and then eventually it's Buzzico, rather, not Sorello, my apologies. Buzzico who stole the ball away. Bird finds Garathabal again. He's going to get closed down by Yem quickly, but he got the pass away. Hazel now trying to cut his way in from the right-hand side. Into the circle it goes. Shot was a good one from Angwin. And good defensive work off the pads by Max Nelson. And it's Wickham got the better of Banyard, and also Bird. And Bird, a little bit of gamesmanship there just to prevent Jackson Geddes getting the ball back to Yem for the free hit. Full stretch was Wickham. O'Grady goes with him. Up it goes off the defender's stick. So it'll be a free hit out wide for UWA. Yem is there again. Stops the ball now. It's probably about a metre back from there, but deflected into the circle. And, well, McCormick penalised there. No complaints this time from Fremantle Cockburn. So, penalty corner number 3 now for UWA. Is this their time? Sorello is there. Buzzico is there. Or will they try a variation? Tom Wickham again goes to the baseline to inject. Jackson Geddes is doing the stopping for Lachlan Buzzico. And Matt Fisher will stop for Chris Sorello. Off to the left is Frank Main, the left of Sorello. Sorello leans on his stick. Comes to him. He flicks well straight into the first runner. The rebound goes to Buzzico. Clark saves, sweeps it clear again. And in the end, it's O'Grady that plays it over the side, much to the satisfaction of the Fremantle Cockburn supporters. So they've survived that moment. Here comes another one. Into the circle it goes, trying to turn now inside the D. It was good work by Wickham, but good defence as well. Coming that time by Zane Drinnen. Oh, and the umpires confer, and a backstick has been given against Fremantle Cockburn. And there are some very quizzical looks from the Fremantle Cockburn players, but it's penalty corner number 4. UWA get back into the huddle. Wickham goes back down to the baseline. Sorello again just kicks the toe of his shoe into the turf. Buzzico is at the second battery. Hoist to the shorts from Wickham. Sorello not getting in position until the last defender is behind the line. And that is Rhys Angwin. Now he leans on his stick. Shifts slightly to the left. The injection is good. Sorello flicks, took a deflection off the first runner, and it's squeezed in off the pad. So Sorello gets the equaliser for UWA. The pressure eventually telling. Looked a little bit unfortunate for Fremantle Cockburn as it seemed to take a deflection off the first runner. So 47th minute. We're all tied up at 3 apiece. Is there a winner in this game? Or are these two teams going to play out another draw, which will be draw number 6 in this, their 17th meeting since 2017. The 1 point would mean that UWA would go second, but they would be level then with YMCC on points, and it would just be down to goal difference. Fremantle, though, have a bit of a cushion at the moment. They are on 32 points, so they're currently 5 points ahead, or sorry, 4 points ahead of second spot. So Hackett, I think, thought he was leaving that one behind, and then they wanted him to take it, but it's going to be Sorello now. Plays it to the top of the circle. Very good pass by him. Into the circle, go UWA. Shot on the turn, good save again to deny Wickham, and banged over the crossbar, high and wide that time as the ball came back. Will that be an opportunity that UWA look back on? Isaac Dyer had a chance of being the hero. Jai Clark, though, again doing well, saving from Tom Wickham. Well, Garathabal is going to get the free hit. Yeah, there was a nudge there. So Garathabal was running with the ball, and I think the umpire saw a little bit of a nudge, which caused him to then kick the ball. So now it's going to be another free hit to Fremantle Cockburn, just short of UWA's 23-metre line. Fraser Gilly over the ball. Garathabal, he has good skills, but he's intercepted there. UWA done their homework on him. And Baxter thought that was coming to him, but it was intercepted by McCormick. Now it's good work again by Garathabal, surrounded by players. It's taken away from him once more by Kobe Green. Baxter into the circle. Baxter lays it back. Well, he did so well, but unfortunately all the players in green had overrun it. Now is a chance again. It's Jack Scott. He just holds it up with Green in pursuit. Comes wide to O'Grady. Geddes is penalised then. And a little bit disappointed about that. O'Grady again over the ball. Oh dear, that was not what he intended. He's recovered well. Well, umpire says no, he hasn't. Isaac Dyer. Kobe Green. And Max Nelson plays it down the line. Coming across and over the side it goes this time from Woodward. There's a little bit of a hush coming over the ground now. Well, left behind by Wickham. He's looking at the umpire, but it looked to me he just played over the ball. It's deflected up that time dangerously by Fremantle. Well, I think they thought there that the ball had been played. That's a good block coming in again from Drinnan. 8 minutes remaining. Great work again by Darren McCormick. And Woodward, well, was he impeded? Gobi Gill gets it this time. Takes a deflection off Sorello. Hazel will let that run over the side. Hazel now flicks it wide at the back post, and Scott was there. Well, again, you have to say, if the player jumping in front is jumping like that and doesn't get the ball, that has to be putting off the man who's underneath the ball. And this is where it's just another one of those anomalies with the overhead pass. You're now allowed to run in and try and intercept it, but you must get it. But if you run in and you don't touch it and you put the player off behind, it's nothing, or sometimes. Buzzico. O'Grady watched it all the way. Pursued now by two players. Dinked in infield, but that was well read again by Dyer. Dyer, though, nowhere to go. Good defensive work from Hazel. Had to go back to Baxter. Green goes straight back to Sorello again. Sorello now finds Baxter on the left-hand side. O'Grady overcommitted a little bit there, and Baxter did well. Found his foot as he came back to try and defend. Now coming across is James Hackett. Hackett goes back to Sorello. Sorello thought about slapping one into the circle, but instead comes back to Buzzico. Out it goes now to Nelson. Nelson faced with Angwin. Down the line he goes, but McCormick intercepts it for Fremantle Cockburn. And just played the ball behind Angwin, so it'll be Nelson's ball again from the side. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Is there a winner in this game? Sorello fires it straight down the middle. Baxter should get there. Oh, that was a brilliant challenge coming across by Matt Bird. And Baxter now gets a yellow card, so he will be missing for the rest of this match, bar 1 minute. Bird is still down. Well, hopefully Matt Bird is okay, because he's a key component for Fremantle Cockburn. He did fall rather heavily as he fell. And just as we're seeing him slowly get to his feet, I'd just like to acknowledge Costa Wellgrown for their support in clothing of the Ball Patrol kids and the ground control team, as well as the junior umpire mentors here at Fremantle Cockburn Hockey Club. The club says thank you, Costa. Always well grown at the Magpies. Our Bird is back up on his feet, and we're ready to get things underway. So now it's UWA in this final quarter, who had a player advantage in the first 5 minutes, and now going to play the last 5 with a player disadvantage. The question is, can Fremantle make it count? Bird goes straight off Jacob Evans' stick over the sideline. Again, you'd say moving ball, but umpires are happy. A good ball wide onto the left-hand side. And unfortunately, Ellis's pass, the lead was there, but just the ball played a little bit too early for big Zane Drinnen to get on the end of it. Well, stolen down the sideline again. There's a chance now. Drinnen has the ball. Hazel's inside him. Drinnen couldn't get past Sorello. Thrown long, had to make that one. That was a big jump and a good ball over the side from Ellis. If he was beaten, they were in trouble. And that, again, is a very good tackle. Although it's going to be... Is it a long corner or a free hit? I thought it was a free hit just outside the D. But the way the players are lining up, it may well be. No, it is going to be the free hit. Goes back to Sorello. Kobe Green. Buzzico. Buzzico shimmies past Hazel. Finds Nelson. Nelson, oh, he had that chance then, but it was a great steal by Woodward. Good recovery again by Buzzico. Woodward gets there first. Yem and Nelson steals it this time. And it's Woodward that comes back and fouls Nelson. Drilled across the circle. So a yellow now to Woodward. So both teams down to 10 for the final minutes of this match. And we have just over 4 of those left. Well, Garathabal has won the free hit, wants the ball quickly. McCormick, he's seen it all before, goes square to Ben O'Grady. O'Grady looking up as he carries it over halfway. Down the line, it just came off the stick of Geddes, but it's still going to be Fremantle's ball. There's 2 balls on the pitch. Bird just checks one's been disposed of. So Bird takes a touch, goes to Daryl McCormick on halfway. It caught his feet and now played on well again. Was the ball stopped? Frank Main will field it to Geddes. Geddes, oh, Jai Clark saves again and McCormick cleans up ahead of him. Well, Jai Clark, player of the match without a shadow of a doubt, saved a penalty stroke and it's so far prevented UWA stealing the points. But there's still time left for them as they come on the attack again. And it's a penalty corner this time. And a great opportunity. UWA's 5th penalty corner of the game. Some of the Fremantle Cockburn fans have turned their backs on the field of play. They don't want to watch. We have just over 3, wow, it's about 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. The defence getting their face masks. Daryl McCormick just having to run and grab his protective gear, having thrown it off a long way away from goal. Wickham again makes his way to the baseline. There's no ball there though, so there will be a further delay. The ball is coming in now from the right-hand side. Sorello at the first battery. Lachlan Buzzico at the second. Sorello scored from the last one. Will they go to the big man again? They do. It's not a good trap though. Sorello holds it up. Buzzico, well, it was not a good pass. It was by his back foot. And if that was a planned move, it didn't go well. But it just looked like it was a mistrap top of the circle that threw the spanner in the works. O'Grady plays it forward again. Comes back to McCormick, the rock at the back. O'Grady. Garathabal. Well, there's nowhere to go there. Has to go back again to Ben O'Grady. O'Grady flicks it over the top, coming across Buzzico. Well, he just threw his stick at that, and it'll be a free hit. Or is it a ball from the side? It's going to be a Fremantle Cockburn ball, whatever happens. Paul Gadoin sportingly gives them the ball back quickly. Garathabal to Fraser Gilly. Stolen away. That was a good tackle coming in. And it's taken away now by Chad Giles. Giles to Gill. Gill, he's going to let it run, and that's great work coming back by Yem. And Ethan Yem just came back in time to stop Matt Bird getting on the end of that. So Sorello again. Focus is the call from the crowd. Plenty of amateur coaches sitting pitch side. Oh, just missed there by Buzzico. Time is of the essence for both teams if they want a victory. O'Grady keeps it. No, says the umpire. It's a long corner. Still just over 2 minutes left. UWA on the attack again. Buzzico into the circle it goes. Creates a bit of a space, and that's gone into the car park. Well, that was either the headlines or the headlights. And Jacob Burns, well, he missed the goal by a long, long way. Aaron Hazel now. Well, can he do anything? He's on the attack again. Sorello's coming across to close him down as well. Hazel, 3 players to beat. Eventually trying to find Gill, and it was stolen away superbly by Kobe Green. Buzzico feeding it forward now. Evans is there, but he can't get the ball on the end of his stick. We're into the final minute now. O'Grady. Well, so little to choose between these two teams. Play on is the call. It hit the foot, but he's turned it over to Yem. Edge of the circle now. Main turns off his line. Clark, brilliant save again. And then Bird comes across. It was a back stick as well from the UWA player. But Jai Clark, what a game he's had. Ben Rennie away. Jai Clark steps up and is the hero. Well, Hazel, can he get on it? Played back that time by Dyer. Drilled forward by Fisher. A little bit of afters from Hazel. But what a game we've witnessed. And Hazel and Fisher, there's a little bit going on off the ball at the end. And Sorello comes across to be the peacemaker. Well, credit to UWA. 3 times they went behind. 3 times they fought their way back. But what a game of hockey that was. Fremantle Cockburn remain unbeaten in the season 2025, and they will remain top of the ladder. UWA will remain in second spot. The final score here, Fremantle Cockburn 3, UWA 3.